Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. All right. And if there is anything that you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a beautiful 6 of Cups to begin. This is very nice. This is a lot of tranquility, a lot of love, a lot of beauty and connection and harmony in your life. This is a peaceful heart right here. That's very nice. Let's put it into some context. Let's see what is going on. There's a Knight of Pentacles. Oh, the Sun card. 10 of Cups. A Knight of Cups. A Princess of Pentacles. Interesting that we have this water energy here, and then we have this earth energy, well, with the sun too, and this idea that all of this love is really nourishing our lives and helping us to grow the kind of future that we want. You know, love is behind all of this, right? Everything in your life is really being watered, right? And I think it's going to flourish, it is going to grow, it is going to thrive. There's the universe. There's the 6 of Wands, a 10 of Pentacles, and a 2 of Wands at the end. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like we're taking control of our life there with that 2 of Wands. I feel like you're opening up to the idea that everything is possible, right? We've got a lot of fire, earth, fire, earth, and water, right? So we're really nurturing this thing, and we're putting in a lot of effort, a lot of creativity. And I think that 2 of Wands really, that's the icing on the cake here for you. But let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it down right over here. We're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. And it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Now, if at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it an exercise in intuition. All right? I think it'll be fun. Let's look at these energies first, though, because major arcana, we've got these two. We've got the sun in the universe, or this, well, we could say it's the sun and the world, right? In the Thoth deck, it's called the universe, but typically it's called the world. We have the sun shining down on the earth, and what does that do? It creates life, creates abundance. Things grow, things thrive, things prosper. And what really results from the sun shining down on the earth is this, nature. Things growing, things just abundant. Everywhere you go, there are resources. There is nourishment everywhere, all around you. And I feel like this is kind of what we're trying to do with our life, is we're trying to water the seeds that we've already planted. Okay? Trying to water the seeds that we've already planted. And we've got our fire. We've got our water. What we don't have is any air. And I like that. I like that we don't have the swords here. There's no conflict. I think the conflict has been overcome. Let's look first of all at this 6 of Wands. Now, I might do things a little out of order today. That's all right. I can do that. It's my show. The 6 of Wands tells me that you have overcome a lot. That perhaps there was a point in your life where all of these cards would have been swords. Just a lot of arguments, a lot of differing opinions, a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, kind of a sensory overload, a mental overload. I feel like you've overcome a lot in your life. And I think that these victories, which is what this card is, Six of Wands, it's in the position of your environment. These victories, these challenges that you've overcome, have taught you a lot about yourself. I think you have a very strong sense of identity, a very strong sense of self, of who you are. And I think this gives you some pride, for sure, but this gives you some power too. A lot of power, as a matter of fact. Because I think overcoming everything that you've had to overcome in your life has taught you a lot about what's important to you and what's not. You know? So I think you've had to let a lot of things go. A lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things, a lot of ideas, right? Maybe even a lot of plans and goals. Maybe through struggle, you've learned what you really don't care about anymore. The things in life that you really don't want. Right? I feel like you're working to surround yourself with all the good things. Yeah. Let's look at this. We've got the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. This is the idea of wealth. But see, it's in the position of what you don't want. Well, why is that? Well, you don't want stuff that doesn't have this meaning behind it. Stuff is just stuff. It's just empty shells of meaning, right? This is just the vessel with no spirit in it. You only want the Ten of Pentacles if you got a Ten of Cups to go in there, right? The stuff of the physical environment is just the vessel that will hold the water energy, right? It's all about the love for you now. Six of Cups here. This is, I think, representing what you feel inside. And this is, it's similar to a Six of Wands in that you know what's important to you. You know what has meaning. You know what love is for you. And it's uniquely for you. You know what kind of things you want in your life. And what kind of things you don't. Because you know yourself, because you've overcome a lot. You've learned a lot of lessons in life. And now you don't want conflict. You don't want fights. You don't want battles. You don't want animosity. You know, you don't want competition even necessarily. You want cooperation. You want connection. You want love. You want meaning. You want a rich, value-filled life. And that is what you see in your future. We've got that Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the one that can see into the future, right? Has the vision. I can see what this whole landscape could be. You know, you're kind of looking out here to the raw material of your future. This is a future that hasn't been built yet. It's still kind of like, you know, uncultivated land, right? You've got this vision. You know, I know what I want for my life. And because you can see that future, whether it's a year, 5 years, 20 years down the road, you can kind of reverse engineer it. And you can understand what you have to do right now, the decisions you have to make today to get this future. So we end with the Two of Wands, right? That is the ability to make the decisions, to do the difficult things now, whether it's telling people no or telling people yes. Right? You can do it. You can make those tough decisions because you know that every decision you make right now is contributing, kind of a karma thing, contributing to who you will become, contributing to this future self, this future life. It's like it's an investment, you know. It may be difficult now to be that Two of Wands, to have to tell people no, and to have to make those, you know, kind of difficult decisions. But it's all for a purpose. It's all because you know what kind of life you want. You want a life that's relatively easy now. I think you've struggled enough. That now, this is what we want this future to be. We want this water energy to really flow, right, into this future that we're creating. Because see, this is the uncarved block, this Princess of Pentacles. This is the future that hasn't been cultivated yet. It's wild forest. And you know what you want that to be. And even back here when we see this, the Ten of Cups here, it's kind of telling me that, look, the Ten of Cups kind of says you've been there and done that. And so you know what you need now. And you know what you don't need. You know what might be excessive. Right? Maybe this is an idea of kind of simplifying life, streamlining life. The keyword for this card is satiety. It's the idea that you've had too much of something, and now you don't need it anymore. Right? So maybe this is more efficiency. Maybe this is kind of simplifying things down to just what is essential to you, what is really meaningful to you. Yeah. And the 10, too, could signify some kind of past accomplishments that have, very similar to the way we're talking about the 6s, right? Overcoming some challenges. But with the 10 of Cups, I kind of feel like you were living a really full life, and maybe you kind of decided, well, I don't really want this anymore. This is someone maybe who is just like, I don't know, like some kind of corporate executive, right? And just had all this expensive stuff and just had all these responsibilities, was really like living large, And there's just a time where that's not important to you anymore. What once had a lot of value to you, you're maybe feeling or seeing that it was a little bit too much. You don't really care about those things anymore. Okay, something along those lines. I'm feeling a kind of more streamlined. A little bit more efficiency almost. Yeah. I think what has taken on more importance for you is giving and receiving the kind of affection, the kind of meaning and purpose and love and compassion that you really feel is important to you. This kind of tranquility. It's almost an ease of life, right? And this might just be too much of a good thing. We want something that's a little bit more easygoing. Well, the Knight of Cups, this is, I think, your way of kind of giving back to people. I think that you're really interested in healing, in helping, in harmonizing, alleviating suffering where you see it, right? Maybe this is, trying to live a more peaceful and tranquil life and share that with others, right? This card's all about giving and receiving this water energy, this love energy. I feel like that's the kind of future that you're looking to create, okay? And especially with the Sun card down here, I feel like you are, I don't know if you're a healer, if you're in healthcare or something, but I almost feel like you're teaching people a different way to live, Maybe this is kind of a return to nature. I was going to say like survival kind of bushcraft kind of thing, but I don't feel like it's like that. I feel like it's, if anything, it's more like homesteading, which is still, very challenging, but it's a peaceful, tranquil kind of vibe that I'm getting, especially with this Sun card. And I feel like this is perhaps you teaching others, but being a light for others, right? Sharing, being very generous with your energy. I feel like this is also a deep spiritual kind of tranquility that you feel, right? I think that you've made a big shift in your life, I think that perhaps you were pursuing this kind of wealth and you didn't really much care about the inner meaning of it. You liked this for what it was. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I think that you've made a big change. I think that something has shifted in you. And now maybe you're more focused on this tranquility, the depth, the richness of experience. You have a different vision of your future than you once had. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Now, we're going to move to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Right? And send some comments to me. I really love reading the comments. I've been enjoying hearing where everybody is watching from, because this community really spans the whole globe. And it's fascinating to me to kind of, to read that, where everybody is around the world. Right? I appreciate all of you. Speaking of the world, here's that world or universe card. And this, to me, is this is you feeling as if it's not so much you nurturing others, right? There is this sun inside of you, but I think the way you see it is that this kind of a life, this kind of an experience, this kind of sense of community and connection is benefiting you. You feel like you're the one that's being healed and enriched, right? You're the one that is growing and benefiting and prospering from all of this energy, this sense of community, right? All this water energy and this depth and this meaning. So it's an interesting, there's a interesting kind of humbleness that I feel in you right now, right? Where you are seen as someone who is very generous and radiating this light and this love, right? But I think in your mind, you are in need of that. You are the one receiving all of this light and love. And I think that really helps you to keep things in perspective. Are you the sun or are you the earth receiving that spiritual light? Well, I think both can be true, and that's why we have both of these cards in the position of the kind of, the underneath, the internal state. I think very often you are as the sun for other people. Very often the other people and the world and the sun is kind of that energy for you. Nourishing you, warming you up, healing you. And there's a real shift in the perspective here, I think, in you. And I don't think it was always this kind of focus. And I think that's probably why we've got that Six of Wands here. You've overcome a lot. And all of the struggles and all of the conflicts that you've been through, the whole rat race, let's say, of life, I think has given you a different perspective. You've learned a lot about yourself, about what you value, and about what you don't really care about anymore. Okay, so that's very good. And there's a sense of pride with that. A sense of pride of living according to your own standards, according to your own kind of, value. Because we always ask on this channel, especially when we get a 10 of Pentacles, what does wealth mean to you? What has value in your life? And maybe this card is really about taking stock of our life, right? Re-evaluating our life. What are your goals? I think your goals have changed. I think what used to have deep significance for you doesn't really mean the same anymore. And I always say that about the 10 of Pentacles, that these goals will change. The poster you have on your wall when you're a kid, what you aspire to be, it's going to change. It has to, as we get older, as we mature, as we grow through our experiences. Our goals have to change. And the Two of Wands is you with the power to change your goals. This card is dominion. This is saying that your life is yours. Your consciousness is yours. Your future is yours. You make the decisions about your life. And if you want to make a complete 180, a complete shift in your priorities, in your values, right, in what your best life looks like, do it. We're not here to waste time, You have to make those difficult decisions because, again, everything is an investment. Got that Knight of Pentacles. Everything is an investment in how your future takes shape, the uncarved block. And every decision you make now is affecting what that future looks like. Shaving a little piece off there, sanding it down over here. Every decision, right? So you make sure that you're making decisions from what you really believe in, what you really feel. Let your heart guide you in this case, you know? Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. I'm kind of inspired to do an I Ching, actually. I think this is a good set of cards to supplement with an I Ching hexagram. Yeah, let's cast the hexagram now. I like that one. 37, people in the home. A woman's constancy is fruitful. We could ignore the, the gender terminology here. But 37, people in the home. It says, people in the home cooperate in their shared space and invest in it together. Steadily over time, all involved can grow freely, find their place, and nurture connections with others. This is what we've been talking about, man. New things can enter and grow, becoming part of the whole. Where are the boundaries of the home you inhabit? This is the earth. This is the universe. This card's all about boundaries, all about home, right? How are you building inner and outer relationships into a home? What kind of growth does this environment support? It's really uncanny how on the nose the I Ching is. Every time we do an I Ching reading, it really does relate to the rest of the reading, you know. And I like that. It's all about building the home, the kind of home you want. And if you want something different than you did 6 months ago, that's fine, that's good. That idea of wealth and value, that 10 of Pentacles, must change as we evolve. Yeah. Now let's check this mystery card. Maybe we'll get something representing the home. Maybe we'll get the world again. Could be a 4 of Pentacles. Could be some more water energy, maybe. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm really feeling here. This is a difficult one to predict. I'm feeling kind of some water energy, but I don't know. I'm going to say water. I'm going to go ahead and say like a 9 of Cups or something. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments, all right? Let's take a look here. Oh, no, we've got strength. The lust or strength card. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, maybe we do need a little bit more fire here, right? A little bit more courage to create our life according to our own will. Live the kind of life that you want. And that takes courage. That definitely takes courage. I think this is what we need, right? This is your ability to use your creativity, your imagination, your will, your body, mind, heart, and soul to live the kind of life that you want. And that really does take a lot of courage and a lot of strength. This is a very good confirmation card. We're going to do an extended reading as well. And if you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings. Not just for Sagittarius, but for every sign. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. And I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. I really do. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything at all. Okay? I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.